he would step across the line. Habitually, he's a habitual line stepper.
Let it rain, hey, hear it out. Hey, let it rain.
Hey, we live, y'all.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Habitual Line Steppers podcast, guys. I am Garrett Langley Henson.
And I am Terry Ricardo Pacheco II. They coming for me. IRS.
Hey, they say good things come in threes, which is why we still have high hopes for Terry's kid.
Brother, good to see you in the flesh.
Right?
Been a minute.
It's good to be here in the flesh, man. Very happy to have an in-person show for you guys. We've been just as frustrated with the Zoom bullshit as all you guys have.
Yeah.
So with no further ado, man, we're going to get right to it.
Let's go.
Russia is fucking wildin'.
Yo, I don't know who's worse, Russia or Hungary, to be honest with you.
I'm not sure if they can tell the difference between each other.
So basically, I mean, you could go.
Alright, so for anyone who hasn't been watching soccer, since the murder of George Floyd pretty much, the beginning of soccer games, everyone kneels in unison to show respect and to put a spotlight on the social inequities, the police brutality, and the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
And so, shout out to Colin Kaepernick, who, was vilified out of the NFL for doing this. Yeah. And now we have literally every fucking player all over the world copying you as a form of respect. But that's a subject for another day.
Yeah.
So, they've been doing this for a year now, kneeling at the beginning of each game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Even the referees do it.
Yeah.
Russia, Hungary, they said not anymore, bro. This Euros, this year, they're like, no, not when we get to host one game. We're doing it our way. With the one game that we play in Hungary, we're fucking standing.
So, first, Hungary started it first.
Did they really start it?
Yeah,
they did it before Russia?
So, 2 friendlies. They did it in 2 separate friendlies before this. And they did it again during the Euros, in the actual tournament. The statement of Black Lives Matter is this. Black lives just matter. Can they just only matter? That's it. That's all we want, bro. That's literally just it. And it seems like Europe doesn't give a flying fuck about what's going on, dude.
I got dog hair in my motherfucking mimosa.
Welcome to my house.
I got it out, man.
But anyways, the kneeling isn't So here's the funny thing, though. I'll go with this. The Hungary players, they were pointing at the sash on their jersey that says respect, while the Ireland guys were kneeling. What are you respecting? We're just trying to...
Oh, you know what probably happened, dude?
What?
Is Hungary's one of these countries that has an old school ass living in the past non-modernized president who has antiquated beliefs and shit. You know how in Turkey, you know what I'm saying, that dude is wild and committing all types of fucking crimes and speaking, anyone who speaks out against the government gets thrown to gulag and shit. It's probably like that in Hungary, where this dude is behind the times with an iron fist. And he's like, hey, you know what? We're not fucking kneeling for this. Yeah. And all the players are I don't know. I think we should kneel. And he's like, no.
You think
so? They're all standing up. All the players are trying to back out of the camera. Respect, bro. It wasn't my idea.
Maybe. I mean, possibly. But
I'm hoping that's the case.
I don't know. I mean, we already know how Russia gets down. It is what it is. Russia's racist as shit.
Well, I learned from James Bond that Russia is a lovely place. And in Russia, it's like going to the McDonald's play place, but it's just a whole country full of ball pits and smiles and laughter. And people don't even walk to work. They frolic there. That's how much fun they have in Russia.
Son, I'm not understanding, what is your stance? You aren't fucking with black people? That's what it kind of looks like, and that's what it seems like to me. That's about it. I mean, I get Europe. There's not a whole lot of black people in Europe. I understand. And that's probably why they're like this. People in America are racist. But at least if you actually are around black people sometimes, you're not the most racist person I've ever seen. You have these beliefs And if I've ever had a chance to talk to somebody, they kind of switch up. They're like, no, like they're not that bad. You know, it is what it is. But Russia, Hungary, there's probably no black people. So they're just like, I don't give a fuck about this. Why would I kneel for somebody I don't even see? Like, I'm good. It's not going to affect me when I go back home.
Oh, it's definitely not going to affect
Yeah, like, I understand why they're doing it. It's a group thing. It's like a group think thing. You know what I'm saying? It's despicable as hell, bro.
It's
I'm
not
surprised.
a groupthink thing if you're the first country to say no when everyone else is groupthinking and kneeling for it, and you're like, actually.
Well, I mean, Ireland. Most of the Irish players, they probably play in England, and England has a lot of black people in it. So like England started it first in Europe because they were just in solidarity because there's so many black people in England.
Yep.
As you can see, Russia has no black
Let's
people.
be real. France should have been the first one to start this shit.
I mean, yeah. Well, England only did it because we have the contract with England in which their games are played on NBC, and a lot of black people probably are in the studios and shit, and that's probably how it started. So, like, if you want to be really real about it, that's probably how it went. But
I don't know, man. I can't, like... I wonder how different the British black experience is compared to the American black experience. You know what I mean?
I mean...
and, like, how people think of you.
Yeah.
Like, are people distrustful and, like, afraid of British black people in London? The same way that they are in many places here?
I heard it's pretty shitty. I've talked to some British people. It's pretty shitty.
I hate to break it to you, Terry, but I don't think, like, being black is, like, the hot ticket anywhere right now. I don't know if you're going to get great value. If this
that's the
hold
thing.
on to your black stock, because it's going to go up. I promise.
That's the thing I tell people, right? So, like, you went overseas, and we have different experiences with the shit. Being black and going overseas and, like, not being, like, rich is not the same for everyone else. Like, when I went overseas, yeah, the shit was fun, but I still, like, there was definitely people that were looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? And I only went to Spain.
In Italy.
In the 2000s. Like, it's not, like, 50
Ancient
years
history.
ago. Yeah, like, I saw the shit that I had white people flick me off for no fucking reason. Like, I don't talk about it because I don't care about that shit. That shit, you're not gonna bother me. Shit doesn't make me mad, sad, or whatever. I'm just like, oh, that's how you rock. That's cool. I can't talk to you to try to switch you up because you don't speak the same language as I am. So I'm like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm just like, smile and just wave and be like, I'm good.
In America, that's the highest form of respect to show me your middle finger.
Yeah, but like, if I go to another country, this is what I'm basically saying. It's a different experience, yeah. Traveling, you should do it just to see other countries, but it's not going to be the same type of shit that you're going to feel over here. Yeah, some people in America, this shit is not overtly in your face, but at least I know I can have a conversation with you, like, at a store.
Right,
and you're not going to flick me off. Punch me in the
you
fucking
could,
face.
like, 6 years ago. Now, I don't know. But
possibly, but like, yeah. I mean, basically,
it's a very different travel experience, though. For me. Like, when I went to Haiti,
yeah,
they thought I was like a god, bro. Like, they're like, I had never seen a white person before. Like, they had, especially somebody with red hair and like stuff like that. Like, they were like, this is wild. Like, you must have been sent from the Tesseract. Loki sent your ass down here.
Yeah.
But I think for Hungary and Russia to do this is a gigantic, like, slap in the face to black people all over the world. And it should be taken as such.
Oh, yeah.
Even though we're joking around, like, you know, being light about this, this is a pernicious first step. And it's not good that another country has already stepped in league with them. And Russia doing with Hungary.
Yeah.
Who knows if this follows suit? You don't want, like, in vogue overt racism to like start, like, that becomes the wave. Like, it's not.
Well, go ahead.
I want people to be honest. Like, if people in Russia feel this type of way, then it's like, all right, let's talk about it and have a conversation. And maybe I'll change how you think. Maybe I won't. Like, maybe you change how I think a little bit. I'll pick up some Russian shit. But I don't want to ever, like, prevent conversations and vilify people because they think they're predisposed to thinking this way or whatever. At the same time, you can't be like a symbol for hate. You know what I mean? And that's what I think this kind of is. Like, even though you want to do the respect shit and talk about how soccer belongs to everybody, and it always has.
And that's what you guys, if they argue like that, then you're on the same side, and you just fucking just kneel with us just to be in solidarity with black people, bro. That's it. That's all they fucking want. It's
your
not
whole country saying just black people don't matter, like their lives are worthless. So then how does soccer belong to everybody?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense to me. And another thing for me, there's no fucking way I would play in the game. Like
after that shit?
Oh no, like when that shit happened, there's no fucking, I'm walking off the field. But one, Hungary did it against Ireland. I don't know who the two other teams were in the friendlies.
Yeah, we probably got no black dudes on our team.
Ireland, you know, they just played in England, so like we do it in England, we're gonna do it here. Like and not to say like they're not in solidarity with us, but like all of them did it, and the coach and the ref.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, for me,
oppression is like, as far as white people go, it's like Irish people are probably the most in Europe.
Yeah.
Like that's part of the Irish identity is
Scotland,
being like oppressed and that type of shit, and like being rebellion and not having a lot. And so I think they very much empathize with that type of play. Obviously, it's not to the same degree as American black people, but before we knew that there were black people, we thought we had it the worst around.
Yeah. Well, like, this is to show you and kind of everyone, Europe is way different than America is, man. This shit is not gonna rock in America. Like, yeah, we were standing during like the American flag, but like that was just talking about the flag. If we're talking about we're just kneeling for BLM and like the Patriots don't kneel, there's no fucking way the game is being played. That shit's not fucking happening.
That's because it's a mostly black league.
Yeah.
If they did that shit, it's not because it's America.
Yeah.
It's because it's surrounded by black people in a sport where they're allowed to beat you up.
Yeah. Well, like,
if this was at the American Badminton Championship, you know what I mean? I don't think they'd have such a moral dilemma.
No, I mean, I hear what you're saying, like on a trivial part of it, but like, let me take a look at Hungary's fucking or Russia's group stage. Like, who are they playing against? So Russia did the shit against Belgium. I'm surprised they played the fucking game. I'm surprised Belgium didn't walk off on their dumbass. Yeah. But Belgium spanked them 3-0.
Yeah.
You're like,
and Lukaku got 2. He's like, oh, I'm gonna show you that we matter, all right. I'm gonna put 2 right on your head.
Easily. So like, I don't know. I'd be interested to see if Hungary does this shit versus France. They did this versus. I don't even know who Hungary did it against, honestly. If they do it versus France, how's that gonna go?
I don't think they're gonna be pointing at the respect shit.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna be doing that, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's a different type of thing. Like,
that's what I'm saying. If it's like this is a mandate from the government that like, because Hungary put out this statement. Like, it wasn't like the players just got together and they were like, we're not gonna kneel. Before the game, they had a press release about how they're not gonna do it anymore. So it's like that probably came from someone above. And like, these guys just have to do it. Yeah. So it's like, bro, they're kind of in a rough position. Now I gotta go out against France, the African All-Stars, and be like, Black Lives Don't Matter.
That shit. I'll tell you who ain't gonna play. Pogba's definitely not gonna play. Pogba's not fucking going for that shit, bro. None of those. I would like to say that a lot of those French dudes like, yeah, we out on y'all. Like, fuck this. But UEFA's a big ass money grab. I'm interested to see what's
going to be. It's just going to be fucking.
They're gonna the tournament.
Clement Longley and Antoine Griezmann and Olivier Giroud playing 3-on-11
I'm saying
against the other.
If you do this shit during the UEFA tournament, this isn't the World Cup. Like, I don't think this would happen during the World Cup. And if it did, it would be a way bigger issue, like on a broader stage and like stand. The Euros are it's just gonna keep going. I would be shocked. Would you be surprised if the shit stopped because of this? They're not gonna stop.
It's gonna get worse. And honestly, I think we're gonna start seeing rednecks wearing like Russia jerseys and Hungary shit. Like, I'm dead fucking serious.
Possibly, yeah.
Like, you're gonna see these Trumpers glomming on to anywhere else in the world where they don't fuck with BLM.
Yeah.
And for the record, since we do have this platform, Black Lives Matter is not a terrorist or racist organization. It simply just wants black lives to matter.
Yeah.
Not matter more than white lives.
No.
Just matter, like Terry said. So, I need to take that second to stop the mischaracterization of Black Lives Matter as like a multinational terrorist covert movement.
Yeah, that's
how it's being like portrayed on these some of these blogs and stuff.
Yeah, if like when I hear that from come out of people's mouths. I'm like, bro, are y'all serious? Like, come on. Just because, all right, cool. Some people loot shit, but do you really think that all of them are like, yeah, BLM, we're going out here just to loot shit. We're not out here to protest. We're just out here to fuck this whole establishment up and take shit from Target. That's the goal of BLM. To fuck shit up and just shoot people. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
You can't
That's
judge,
not the point of it.
You can't judge any entire group
Just
by
because
like
of a
one
couple
of the
people.
members.
Yeah.
And additionally, with all the misinformation that's out there,
So much.
excuse me, there's videos of undercover cops throwing bricks through windows and shouting "Black Lives Matter."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's definitely true.
This is furthering the own, false narrative.
Yeah. Here's my message. Here's my PSA while I'm standing on the couch.
Go ahead.
Don't even research the shit. Just talk to a black person. How about that? Talk to black people. Don't even talk to one black person. Talk to black people. Just see how they feel about it. Just talk to them. Black people aren't bad, bro. They're the same as you. You think you're different than another black person? Like, what makes you better? Nothing makes you better. You're the same person, bro. We all can speak pretty much the same language. Math is the same everywhere, is it not? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, I don't understand, like, how you think you're superior to another person. I'm the same as you. Yeah, I jump higher than you, but that doesn't make me better.
It just makes you land hoarder.
Like, we're chill. I mean, me and you, it's so weird for me and you to talk about it because we don't see life in that way.
Nah.
I'm not racist at all.
But that's like last night, I'm not going to disclose names and things, but Jason and I.
Wait, let me pick up that name.
Right.
Let me pick that name up real quick.
Jason Hale and I. Social Security number 325.
The owner of.
All right. But we were hanging out with this white guy we just met.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a nice enough white guy.
Yeah.
It just seemed like he hadn't really been challenged in any way, like with this type of stuff.
Yeah.
And after like the end of the night and everything, I was like, bro, I think you may have actually like opened his mind some.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think this may have been the first time he had an honest discussion with a black person.
Yeah.
And he gave his views, and then like we heard him, and there was pushback, and there's exchange of ideas. And I was like, maybe this dude will be like 20% more enlightened.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Like it could have happened.
Possibly.
So
Well, what were the conversations?
Oh, also R.I.P. and shout out to Paul Mooney. But
Wow.
in his words, ask a black dude.
Yeah. Paul Mooney was a guy. You hated him at first. He did.
Oh,
There was
man.
a lot of hate. It was a lot of white hate.
It really was.
Not gonna fake on that, but
I had to get past it, man. It's like
it's just jokes. But I mean, like I said.
oh
man,
no, he really hates white people.
Nah,
It is not just jokes. It is definitely not just
But no, like I said, I'm not gonna be like, I'm not the voice for all black people. But honestly, just talk to black people. You can talk to me if you want to. Hit me in my DMs. Hit me on all my socials. I probably won't respond. But if you want to talk to me in person, yeah, we can talk. I'm not about to be like this big fucking voice on a platform that gets like 20 people, a video. We're gonna get bigger eventually, but we're not against y'all. We just want you guys to see us.
Let's just have a conversation, man.
Yeah, as something
Let's
that's
just have
not.
a conversation.
We're not violent, bro. We're just regular people, just like you. We're all the same. Got the same heartbeat, don't we? If you cut me, I bleed. If I cut you, you're gonna bleed, right? What the fuck?
I'll tell you one thing though is like, I think what I notice more is like, cause like I do prejudge people and I do like act different around different groups and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's more due like the area I'm in, like if there's nice shit around me
Yeah.
and stuff, and like how you're dressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and like I'm like, I look like a fucking ragamuffin. Like I wouldn't trust to walk down the street near me sometimes. Like,
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
probably give me a little side eye.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like it was this fucking white dude with this big beard and a fucking gold chain.
Yeah.
Wearing basketball shorts and all this other shit.
Yeah.
But if I was like just in a nicer area, like South Park, and I was wearing the same thing, I'd be like, oh, he's probably going to the gym.
Yeah.
But if I was like in the hood I'd be like, oh, he's gonna ask me for a cigarette.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like more informed about the location.
Yeah.
I think of like everything around.
Yeah, I mean that's you. But my thing is like people that fucking, I don't know, just throw a name out, like people who hate LeBron James for being black.
Skip Bayless, sorry. He ain't no racist.
Like it's a different type of thing where if somebody, you hate LeBron the same way as you would hate like.
It's like, so then you just hate 90% of the NBA? I guess I should ask my dad. Like,
well, like he could be like a pertinent example.
The focus
like,
group.
do you think you could even like kind of change him in his way?
Oh no.
Or he's like the same. He's like he is who he is.
So I told him we were watching the playoffs together. I was like telling him about how great Embiid was. And he's like, yeah, well, he's either gonna be broke or in prison anyways in 3 years. How the fuck am I gonna change that, bro? I'm like trying to tell him about like pick and roll coverages.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But like
man.
honestly, just to fuck like a topic, but just kind of to keep it on what we were talking about. It's just kind of crazy that this is happening in general. I was so surprised like when you like told me about it.
Yeah.
Did you tell me about it or did I just see it? I don't even like.
No, I told you about it.
That shit
I just
is
want to
crazy.
say this also too, like white people, there's enough like pizza left for everybody, man. Like you don't have to be the first person at a pizza party and eat 6 slices of pizza. You know what I mean? We're not like really gonna be losing that much, white people. Stop being so afraid that we're losing the #1 spot. We're not gonna lose the #1 spot for a long time. All right, we got plenty of alley-oops to start throwing out, man.
Yeah.
Like. We need to start, white people, this is the Wilt Chamberlain assist season. Like, we scored 100 points in the game. We've proven that we could dominate everybody. Yeah. It's time to start proving that we can make our teammates better.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of my PSA.
But yeah, man, like, it is just crazy to me, man.
Yep.
Racist people, honestly, to me, it makes no sense. It really doesn't make any sense. It honestly doesn't. And look, let me open the book up to my life. I've had predispositions about other races of people, but I never hung out with them. And that's why you have these predispositions or like stereotypes about people, like Asian people or like Indians. But then like once you actually hang out with them,
you're like, oh, they are very quiet.
I mean, like the people themselves aren't the stereotype. Like, they are cool people. Mm-hmm. You know, even though we have, there's some funny shit you can talk about them, but they also talk about that shit because it's funny to them. Yeah, but they're cool. Everybody's fine. Like, just chill out with this racism shit. It makes no sense to me. Why would like if y'all are like, no, white lives matter? Am I gonna fucking?
Oh, I thought you said no white lives matter.
Oh no. I'm saying like no, okay. So if it's like Asian hate, right, and we're kneeling for Asian people, I'm not gonna stand up and be like, nah, I'm not with this.
You know what? You bring up an excellent point, Terry.
Shit's crazy.
You bring up an excellent point, and no, I'm not going where you're thinking with this. I'm about to get on my soapbox.
Go ahead.
First of all, let me say out the gate, Happy Pride Month, and I'm very proud of everybody, and I couldn't be more proud than to be a proud person in this Pride Month.
Okay.
Keep coming out. All right, guys? We're here to make you feel safe. That being said, when did gay people and Asians jump Mexicans in the suffrage line? 10 years ago, it was like, we all knew black people had the worst, and then there were the Latinos, and then somehow, in between their kids getting put in cages and Donald Trump coming and building a wall, shit got worse for them. And they're like, oh, cool, black BLM movement, we about to be right next. And then gay people like, move the fuck over. And then they're like, all right, well, they're like, gays are pretty polite. I'll let you like slide in here. You know, you guys take dicks in your ass. This is a tough life anyway. You know. Then they're like, oh, we about to be up. And then Jeremy Lin explodes onto the scene. Asian. And we just stop with the Asian hate. So who has time for the Latinos anymore, man? Stop Latino hate. Let's find these fucking kids. Stop eating flour tortillas.
Hey, man. I don't know. Like, you know, the gay pride stuff is, they're not violent.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no violent gay protest.
Like, just just to make it simple, like transgender and like gay people, like all their prides and protests, they're not like violent, so people don't see it.
And if anything, like
they don't
at the end of the parade, like everything looks better. Like it's more landscaped. People like
pretty much, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Planted some flowers and did a new paint job on it.
Well, that's the thing though. Like, it's how can you vilify people for like having a fantastic time,
right?
Like having the greatest time of their fucking life. And be like, nah, I hate them. People who like hate gay people, it's not on the same level.
You need to get fucked by a gay person. If you hate gay people.
That shit is wild to me. But like, it's weird for us. We're from the South. So it's like these people that like, read the Bible.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
They're like, oh, there goes the devil out in the middle of the street parading around again.
But like, who am I to say that you're wrong? But I'm just saying. There's no need for you to hate them.
Let's stop cutting the Latinos. That's all I'm saying. Is remember the Latinos. These motherfuckers got passed by the wayside. And then the Dreamers Act, and they're like, even if you go to school, you're still an illegal immigrant. Even if you get like a fucking free ride to college.
Yeah.
It's like, one more, you're like, these Latinos come here and they take the jobs and they're criminals and fucking, like, they bring disease and they're not productive members of society. And then they're like, all right, but what if their kids come here and like get into school and start like doing really well? They're like, well, we're still not gonna make them citizens. And they're like, why? And they're just like, they're brown.
It's a totally different. It's an economic type of thing, bro. You know it. You know it as well as I know it.
I just moved in Ruby. I'm conscious to the plight.
Shout out Ruby.
I want to support everything.
Ruby's out there fighting on the front line.
She is, man. Latinos, you guys gotta wake up, man. You guys gonna get leapfrogged again by Arabs or something, and you're gonna be out here fucking sitting down in the shower crying, thinking about nobody forget about me.
Well, you don't know, man. It's a hard life to get to the top, son. As a person of color, and BLM is the same. Like, they're with us. Brown Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, same type of shit. It's hard. It is, honestly, it is very hard to like make it at the top of like companies or anything in general, like as a minority, because they kind of just.
No, I'm talking about even like grander than that.
Well, I know what you're
not to make it to the top of the company, to get the company to change their logo for a month to some Latino shit. The same way that like USA Soccer has rainbow stripes right now and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that level of influence is what I'm talking about. Not getting promoted at Chuck E. Cheese.
I hear you. Well, I was just saying, like, in general, life is just different. But we're just American, so it's like it's a little differently seen than other places. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like, brown people have definitely been shitted on, but
it's time to like.
I don't know.
Despiertate or despiertense.
I don't know what to say, man.
I don't know what you guys are doing at these fucking credit unions, but it's not enough. All right.
Like, their plight, I don't know what's going on. For some reason, people just don't like Hispanic people. Like, the immigration
makes no sense. All this, like, whatever. Go ahead.
No, I mean, the immigration thing, to me, is like, I don't understand why y'all are bitching about them coming in. Do we not have enough land for people to live and for people, like, places to go?
Send them all to Montana.
Like, let the fuckers in. Who cares? Like, I'm not about to say, like, let every single immigrant in because, yeah, okay, that's going to be a lot of people, but, like, if you come in with like a foundation of a structured, decent
dude,
way
I know
to make
exactly
money.
Why white people don't like immigrants. It's because we don't season our food. And all the spices come from other countries. And they're like, oh, we don't need any of that cayenne, marjoram.
First of all, America doesn't have anything. Nothing is ours. We stole everything.
Even salt.
Like, what food is American besides a hot dog?
Like a hamburger, yeah.
A hamburger, that's French.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, hot dog. Fucking,
French fries, yeah, we made them, but...
Did we?
Why do we call them French fries?
We call them freedom fries on this podcast.
Freedom fries.
Right.
No. Oh no, we probably made like Oreos, like all processed.
Bro,
shit.
That's what they're gonna be saying on the fucking Republican blogs. Like, the Hungarian national team enjoyed a nice dinner of freedom fries after dispatching France 2-0.
French fries are gone.
Poutine never tasted so clean.
Life is funny, man.
That's enough racism for me today, I think.
Yeah, that was like 40 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But the shit was on our mind, man. The shit,
man.
It hits different.
Ooh.
Ooh, there's a fly. Should we pause it?
No. This is now like a mini game inside the pod. See at home if you can catch the fly.
Who's gonna catch it first?
Right. Like, hey, do the Twitter poll. How many you guys think?
Instagram poll.
Instagram poll.
DHLS pod. But hey, man.
Hey, man. If we were gonna do an Instagram poll, it would be: do you think Nikola Jokic is a fraudulent MVP after he got swept in the playoffs?
That's a great transition, and I would say he deserves it. He deserves the MVP for this year. Like, what do you want to do? Are we gonna change it? Can we like just add the season, and that can be like the season MVP, and then the finals MVP can still be separate? Can we do that?
That's fine.
Because to me, like, playoff basketball and regular season basketball are totally different, but it's still a part of the season before you get to the finals. And the finals basketball is different than just playoff basketball.
Yep.
Totally fucking different. Ask Steph Curry how hard that shit is. One of the best players you've ever seen, probably what, top 20? We were talking about the top 20.
Mm-hmm.
He sucks in the finals. He was good when he had the best team ever.
Iggy.
Yeah.
He said, "Take it away, Andre."
Pretty much. Fraudulent MVP, Jokic, for you? You think so? Just because he got balked on by the Suns?
Nah, I
If
don't call it a fraudulent MVP because he just hit. It's because
He got swept, though.
the Nuggets ran out of guards. Is what happened. They just
I
ran
thought
out of guards.
Campazzo was your boy. Campazzo.
He is my boy. They didn't start him in Game 4. They played Monty Morris.
They should have played Monty Morris.
Who's better than Campazzo and should have been started the whole time.
They should have been starting the whole time. No disrespect to Campazzo.
My beef is they should have played Campazzo over Austin Rivers. Not Monte Morris, but
Probably. Also, we know Campazzo is from Argentina. The fuck? We're just joking
you
around.
just say he's European because he's white. I told you before, if you're white and you're not from America and you play basketball, you're a European player. That's your style. Like, there's no Argentinian development style. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, Ginobili created the Euro step.
Yeah, we don't call it the Argentina step, guys. I don't know if you noticed that.
Just saying.
Just saying. Thank you.
But here's the thing. Shaq got swept out of the playoffs 5 times. Once in his prime.
Wow. No, remember that.
Detroit Pistons swept him in the finals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They made it in the finals, though.
And Michael Jordan and them swept him when he was with the Magic.
True.
Yeah. So, but he wasn't MVP. I feel like MVPs don't get swept. I mean, Giannis, the Heat didn't sweep him, but he shouldn't have lost to the Heat last year.
Yeah.
Then the year before
Is when they barely lost.
to who? Like Toronto? Who did they lose to?
The Celtics.
I don't remember, but we digress. It does make your MVP seem a little more diminished when you get swept out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but it's not his fault.
But let's not start putting him in the same breath as Russell Westbrook. You know what I mean? Like, I think also...
Yeah. He's good. He's really good.
You're playing against a Chris Paul team with no guards. Like, you're not going to win.
Yeah, it's Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
And you're playing fucking... Like, Austin Rivers was... When Derrick Rose got traded to the Knicks, Austin Rivers got like demoted to the G League or something, or he should have. Like, he just stopped playing basketball for 2 months entirely.
Yeah. Well,
And then this is the dude who you're like depending on starting against Chris Paul in the playoffs or Devin Booker.
Yeah. Well, here's the difference between this is the real simple answer to it. Here's the difference between the Blazers and the Suns. DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
He's just playing better than what Nurkic is doing. He was just playing better. So that's the simple equation. DeAndre Ayton, he's not canceling out Jokic, but he was playing at a level where Jokic was like, oh, I can't just get 40 easy on him. It's going to be a hard 35. But your guards are Chris Paul.
But if you're a third-year player and you're playing like the MVP to an almost draw, it's like that's a huge win, and we're about to win this series.
And like
you know
that's,
what I mean?
In a way, like people thought that Portland was going to beat Denver because he had Nurkic, and you thought Nurkic was going to be able to guard Jokic a little bit.
Oh, is that what you thought?
Not me.
Is that what you thought?
I didn't think that, but like I did think that Portland could beat the Nuggets without Jamal Murray.
No.
But CJ McCollum didn't step up. But I'm just saying that's the only difference. If But
I like CJ a lot. I'm starting to go back in my head and think about moments in the playoffs that he did step up.
he's had good playoff games, but he's not Devin Booker. Devin Booker is better than CJ McCollum.
Oh yeah, I mean he's much bigger as well.
Yeah.
Although CJ's a better shooter.
He is, but like percentage wise, if Booker's hot,
Yeah.
Booker's better, like jump shot wise. But I mean that's honestly that's just the simple answer for me. Ayton was playing way better than Nurkic. That's why the Suns are destroying them straight up. Because Portland's backcourt was destroying. Nuggets guys.
Mm-hmm. But
the only
Jokic was getting his.
Yeah, and then Monte Morris got hot.
And let's not forget, Michael Porter Jr. was playing great too.
Yeah.
Michael Porter Jr. re-injured his back in Game 1 of the Sun series, and after that shit, he has not been the same.
Yeah. Hope it's not long term.
Yeah, really hope it's not. Spent a lot of time talking on the last one about how promising he was and all that type of stuff.
And then you also have to say, like, Aaron Gordon didn't give you much.
No, he didn't. But this is the thing. Aaron Gordon went there to be like the 4th or 5th option. And then he got there and they were like, you're the 2nd option behind Jokic. You guys, we're going to run the whole offense through you two. Develop chemistry immediately.
He should have been at least the 3rd. But then people were like, oh, Michael Porter can give me 30.
He should be
kind of easy.
4th. Like,
yeah.
And
well,
honestly, I'd rather he should be the 6th. Like, I'd rather have Will Barton take more shots than Aaron Gordon too, and that's not even a joke.
Ah, man, I don't know about all that. I don't know.
No, you don't fuck with your boy Will?
I mean, he's good, but he ain't no Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon is decent.
He's better on offense than Aaron.
So we're thinking Aaron Gordon is just on name alone. Aaron Gordon is overrated.
I don't know what Aaron Gordon's gonna look like on a real NBA team.
This is a real NBA team. They went to the 2nd round.
Not with all their guards getting hurt, bro. Before Jamal Murray got hurt, they're like 10-1 with Aaron Gordon after that trade.
Okay.
And they're looking good. And I was like, oh, he's starting to fit in.
Yeah.
He's finding his place. He's starting to realize what it's like to be on a winning team.
Yeah.
And then Jamal Murray tore his shit.
Towards ACL.
And then like, oh, well, you're back to, chaos and not knowing what your role is and all this other shit.
Well, yeah.
At the end of next season, we should have a better idea of whether he can actually be a winning player or not.
At the very end. Well, we shall see when the next NBA season is going to start. Because, as you can see, and which I predicted, and which we can see with our own eyes, all the teams from last year that made it to the finals or the conference finals are out of the playoffs right now.
Yep.
So, congratulations, NBA. Fuck you, LeBron.
Quick turnaround.
Doesn't get his championship again. This is your fault.
No, this is the perfect season. This is the Atlanta Hawks year. It's all breaking right for us, bro.
It's not happening.
LeBron's out.
It's not happening.
Everyone on the Nets are dropping like flies. Giannis is taking 8 threes a game. Rudy Gobert is the best player in the West.
It's not happening. It's not happening. We're not transitioning either.
No,
Let's go Chris Paul. Let's go Chris Paul.
I know. We're not doing it. I was just saying. I do like I was saying before.
Yeah.
This is the dark horse year.
It
know
is.
what I'm saying?
Definitely.
This is the anyone but the Brooklyn Nets year.
Yeah, we don't want Brooklyn.
This is the anyone but Brooklyn year.
Yeah, we don't want Brooklyn to win. But
and I don't low-key don't want the Jazz to win either. Fuck the Jazz, bro.
Utah's never gonna win.
I liked them 2 years ago when they first got Bogdanovich.
I like Donovan Mitchell.
I was real high. I really like Donovan Mitchell.
No, I think I love.
Donovan Mitchell. I blamed Rudy Gobert for all the coronavirus. Like even though
we both did.
Even though
he started it. What you mean? He started it in the NBA. This isn't a fictional thing. This is facts.
Yeah.
He's the first person to get it.
Before he did that, I kind of liked Rudy Gobert, and now I'm like, I fucking hate Rudy Gobert, and he's a scrub.
Man, I never, you think I hate him.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely hate him.
Because I do.
Oh, you definitely hate him.
But I don't like my big. If he made 80% of his free throws, I wouldn't even say anything. I'd be like, Rudy Gobert, you're fine. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, for me, you can't score, and we can just hack a Shaq your shit. Get off the court. But he's so good defensively, he has to stay on the court. But when I watch him in the pick and roll, sometimes I'm like,
yeah, Steph put him on that twist.
You hit that.
He looked like he was doing the Roy.
If you're out here doing a watch cycle, what am I supposed to think you're a good player? Motherfucker spinning around on the court. Anyways, this is a year though. It's gonna be somebody. It's gonna be someone that hasn't won a championship before.
Yeah, I hope so.
Unless the Nets win, but they're not gonna win. But
Hold on, they never won a championship.
Did he? Well, I'm just talking about players. But
yeah.
I guess teams, no, the Nets probably haven't won. I think the Nets haven't won one. The
I
Jazz.
kind of don't want the Clippers to do well either.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't want them to do that well either. I like this is the Suns year for me.
So if Chris Paul,
This is Chris Paul's opportunity. Like this is it. This is what we've been waiting for.
Do you already think he's a top 5 point guard?
Yes.
Who's your top 5?
Magic.
Of course. Isaiah
John
Thomas.
Stockton.
Okay.
Jason Williams, Mike Bibby, Steve Nash.
Yes.
All right, so I'd probably go Magic, Zeke,
Okay.
Steph.
Don't let me pressure you into the Zeke take.
Yeah, I know. I came around on that one too. You remember 5 years ago when we did this and I left him out of my top 5?
Yeah, you
and
did.
I said Steve Nash is better than him.
Wild it out.
I think the Jordan doc may have helped me out a little bit with
All
that
right.
one.
So you were going, my bad. You said
So,
Magic Johnson,
Magic, Zeke,
Isaiah
Steph.
Thomas, Steph Curry.
Yep. 4, J Kidd.
Okay, Jace Kidd.
5, CP.
CP's better than John Stockton? CP3's better than John Stockton right now with no chip? So they both have no chips.
See, that's the comp, is John Stockton. He's the most like CP3, is John Stockton.
He
Like, They're
is.
very similar players.
Availability though. John gave me 20.
Yeah, they did.
He gave me strong 15 too.
Yeah.
15 strong.
And it, man, jeez. Actually, let me redo my whole list. Because this is how I actually feel, not how like the sports world
this isn't like
wants you to feel.
What's your list?
This is wrong, but this is just
It's
how
not
I
wrong.
feel.
It's your list. You're the right person in your list.
All right. Magic,
Quick.
John Stockton,
Boom. I like it.
Gary Payton,
I'm out.
Steph, and Mookie Blaylock.
But so like realistically, actually CP3 is in your top 5.
Yeah, it's him or Nash is like right there.
So I
But I think I'd give it to CP because he's
better.
a
He's
two-way
better.
player.
He's better than Steve Nash.
And if you put CP3 on those Phoenix Suns teams with Amari and Sean Marion and Joe Johnson and all those motherfuckers,
CP3 is better than Gary Payton. He's better than Jason Kidd. He's better than Steve Nash. So there's like the guys that are kind of on the cusp of the 5. And I think he's kind of in the same class as Steph and Zeke and Magic. But the thing that separates them is the playoff success. So like for me, he's 4th. And I think he is better than John Stockton. John Stockton just played longer at a consistent level. But like as far as like a two-way player and like a floor general, I like CP3 better because like Stockton didn't play in different schemes. He only played in like that one scheme. pick and
the
roll.
Jerry Sloan shit.
With fucking Karl Malone, who scored 38,000 points or some shit.
I think that's a very fair point.
So like CP3's 4th for me, and if he wins a chip, I'm not.
He's 2. He's 2. If that's all he has to do to pass Zeke, his win one fucking chip for me. That's all you gotta do, bro.
Can he be better than Steph?
Yeah, oh yeah. If he wins 1, he's better than Steph.
Okay.
If he wins 1, because you already know if Chris Paul wins a championship, it's going to be because of Chris Paul. Like, if the Suns win it, he's not going to be riding the coattails of somebody else.
No, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
It'll be because of him entirely.
Yeah. Well, as of right now, we'll say that because he has a young Devin Booker and a young DeAndre Ayton. So like when Stockton was doing it, he had a prime Malone and no one else. It was just a prime Malone and Stockton. But
Stockton also, though, did get to the finals
Twice.
on 2 occasions.
Twice.
CP never got to the finals yet.
But at the end of the day, I won't say you get diminished because you play with Karl Malone, but Karl Malone is top 20, maybe top 15 depending on who you talk to. He's not top 10.
He's not top 20.
You don't think so? He's got 38,000 points, man.
Yeah.
38,000 points, bro.
Picking and rolling, bro. You got that. You can't have it both ways.
38, son.
You can't be like John Stockton is the like 3rd best point guard of all time and spoon-fed Karl Malone all these buckets, and be like Karl Malone scored 30,000 points.
38,000?
He's good.
That's a different type of scoring level, though, man. Come on.
He's better than Anthony Davis.
Is he better than like KG
I'll give
in
him
them?
that. Nah, not for me.
Okay.
I think, but fuck, what was I gonna say before we got on this stupid shit?
We were talking about Chris Paul. Because we were talking about the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
And you were saying if Chris Paul gets one more chip, he's better than, he's better than Zeke to you.
Yeah, I think he'd immediately be there. I don't remember what I was talking about. Or what I don't. You fucked me up so bad with this fucking Karl Malone take that he's a top 20 player.
He is a top 20 player.
He's not even close to the top 20.
I mean, are we gonna be the pod that does the list?
Oh my god.
We're doing the
All right,
list.
so since we did point guards, now you gotta do power forwards. So
Karl Malone's top 5.
Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it.
Tim Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
Charles Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Garnett.
Mm-hmm.
Karl Malone.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Kevin McHale.
Bro, Karl
10
Malone
times
is better
better.
than Kevin McHale, bro. Why?
That's
He's just
it.
a 6 man.
No, this is just racism.
He was
this is
coming
just
off the
fucking.
bench.
This is just fucking racism. That's all this is. Kevin McHale
He
won.
was coming off the bench.
Kevin McHale won 3 championships
He was coming off the bench. You know
for
that,
the
right?
last one. You know, for the first 2, he was the star player alongside Larry Bird.
Larry Bird was a star. And Larry Bird's a top 10 player.
Bro, they were co-stars back in the day. Kevin McHale was a fucking beast.
Larry
He
Bird
was 10 times better than Karl
top 10
Malone.
player. The numbers aren't even close, son.
Bro, the championships. He was on teams that beat Jordan. He played in the best era.
Jordan was a baby.
The
best era of what?
The best era in the NBA was the 80s.
Hell no.
Everyone recognizes
The best era is right now.
Hell no.
Are you crazy?
The best era is
Shut
right.
that phone up right now.
Right. The best era is right now. But the fucking Brooklyn Nets, with
No.
two of their players are gonna win the championship. The
Everyone's
best
hurt.
No. The best era is right now. But LeBron
There's no legitimate reason why why the Nets are gonna win. There's no legitimate reason. There's because of injuries and all that shit.
Because of
3
COVID. Stars together.
Because of COVID.
The best era, like that era that it literally saved the league.
Something.
That shit, the league was not going to be in existence anymore.
Nostalgia, bro.
No,
I'm not.
Think about
I
how
don't
many.
care about that.
Think about how many great teams were in that era. There was the
3.
Lakers. There was the Celtics. There was the Sixers. There was
3.
the Pistons. There's 4 all-time great teams. That Sixers team with Moses and Dr. J, that shit was fucking nasty, bro. They ran through the league.
I
That
was saying
Sixers
3.
team ran through the league, bro.
Dr.
Didn't
J.
they only lose 1 game in the playoffs?
Dr. J. Moses Malone? Oh, you talking about the 4-4-4 team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said that wasn't a great team?
I didn't say that. I
You
said
said there are only 3.
the Pistons.
So they're not a great team.
No, they're just bullies.
Okay. Okay. So
Listen.
Zeke's out of the top 5 then.
Just Zeke had skill, and Joe Dumars kinda.
Yeah.
Bill
He
Embiid,
had a mustache.
Dennis Rodman, yeah, kinda. But like, listen to what
So
I'm saying.
you taking Karl Malone over Dennis Rodman?
Yeah.
I know, I'm fucking with you.
Like, yo, you're crazy right now. So, anyways, we were saying top 5 power forwards, but I'm saying in general, this era is the era of stars. These guys are better than the players in the 90s and better than the players in the 80s.
that's not
That's
not debatable.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, so
but the league as a whole isn't more compelling. The skill level of the average
see, that's
player
not what we were talking
is
about.
higher.
Yeah, that's what
But
I'm talking about.
Who gives a fuck about this shit?
Obviously, what makes an era?
Wait a minute.
You're saying the era's better because it had better teams.
Yes.
Okay, I understand that. I'm
Like-
saying the era is better because there's better players on each team.
Then every era is going to keep getting better by that logic.
It is what it is. I don't think it can get any
People
better.
are better
than that.
just because there's more information and there's YouTube, there's the internet, and everything keeps getting improved, man.
I don't think it's gonna get any better than now. There's no way.
Oh,
Is there gonna be someone better than LeBron?
yeah.
No fucking way. Nobody's gonna get better numbers than LeBron James. I don't care how better the medicine is. I don't care if no one gets injured for 25 years. No one is gonna do what this guy is doing. Like what these people are doing, KD would dominate in the 80s. That's just a great player. Devin Booker would get stupid numbers in the 80s.
Any great player would be great in any era, bro.
Devin Booker ain't great. Is he gonna be a top 30 player?
Not yet.
Give me someone. Karl Anthony Towns would eat in the 80s.
Bro, they'd wax the floor with his soft ass. Are you kidding me? You know what Bill Laimbeer would do to Karl Anthony Towns?
Boogie ain't getting 20 and 10 in the 80s?
I don't understand what the point is. Players are better now than they were
If
in
you
the
name
80s.
if you name a top 100,
Yes.
how many of the guys would be from this era? How many more would be from this era opposed to the 80s and the 90s?
No, what you're doing is a different question. You're saying
That's how I'm comparing.
Are you asking me who's greater or who is better? Which one are you?
That's what
asking
you're
me?
talking about. You're talking about nostalgia, and you're saying like they say
When we do the top 5 list, it's not the best players; it's the greatest players.
The Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard.
Because if we're saying the best, then it's anyone who's out the league shouldn't be in the conversation.
No, Magic Johnson is the best point guard ever.
No, he's not.
Who's better than Magic Johnson at the point guard position?
8 people in the league right now.
Hell no! Are you crazy?
LaMelo Ball is better than Magic Johnson.
No.
He can't shoot. Magic.
Bro, it's about winning. You have to win.
Right now, the skill level that players coming into the league have, rookies, is like all-star skill level.
They couldn't
back
touch.
in the day, bro.
They couldn't touch Magic.
Cam Reddish, if you just dropped him in the 80s, would be a fucking all-star.
He needs to play more than 20 games. All right. I'm just saying they couldn't touch Magic, bro.
That's not.
They could not touch Magic Johnson.
You got to be compared to the players in your era. Is what I'm saying, man.
I hear what you're saying. I can compare an era to a great player. I can compare great players to great players. Can I not? That's fair.
You can, but you're like saying that like Kevin McHale was like.
Kevin McHale.
This is preposterous.
That's what we were talking about. Yeah. I didn't say Kevin was bad. I just said that Carmelo was better than him. Kevin McHale would have eaten this era too. If there's a switch, he can actually take advantage of a small on him, and he's going to get big.
Kevin McHale is a multi-time champion. This is so blasphemous.
He came off the bench for one of them.
Kevin McHale revolutionized the whole like back-to-basket game, post moves, fucking popularized the step through and the up and under. Like,
okay.
Hakeem Olajuwon like wouldn't have existed without Kevin McHale. Like, this is unbelievable. That you think that dude who all he can do is catch dime passes from John Stockton is better.
So the basis of this whole argument is Karl top 5 power forward?
No.
If McHale is 4th, then Karl Malone is 5th. Mm-hmm. Who is better than Malone after that? Besides Kevin McHale at the power forward position?
Dirk.
Now we can have an argument about that one.
No, we can't. Dirk won a fucking MVP and a championship, and he beat a super team. There's no argument.
He did. But then if you...
Hey, Karl Malone, I hope this piece of mail gets delivered. You're a bum. Go lift a bunch of more weights. Congratulations being on the strongest player in the league in the 90s. And
I'm going to tell you right now.
11 rebounds a game.
Malone's better than McHale.
No, he's not.
Malone's better than McHale.
This is like some just...
You just like the way that McHale plays.
This is reverse racism.
There's no such thing as reverse.
I know, right? It's just racism.
McHale is 6. There's nothing wrong with saying that.
It's blasphemous.
So Malone's not in your top 5?
No.
For power forward?
I don't think he's in my top 7.
Who else besides Dirk? Who else?
Robert Horry.
But anyway, so we're saying CP3 is kind of set where he is. Even if he wins a chip.
I just hate Karl Malone, bro. Fuck Karl Malone, dog. I never liked that motherfucker. This is the one time me and LeBron agreed. Ain't nobody picking these Utah guys at any point in your life.
I never played with the Jazz.
No. I always loved John Stockton. I always thought Karl Malone sucked. And I'll still continue to think it. And you're not going to get me to change my mind. I'm this close to putting Anthony Davis over Karl Malone. And Anthony Davis has been wearing swim trunks all season.
Hey, look, let me tell you something right now. I mean, like, if AD happens to, not get injured and kind of keep doing what he's doing, make it to the 3rd round, make it to Western Conference Finals, wherever he is, Eastern, wherever he plays for. I know he's not a loyal guy.
Yeah.
We can talk about it, but they need more numbers, man.
I mean, he's already won one championship.
38.
Karl Malone.
38,000 though. 38,000 of them things in the bucket, bro. 38,000 points, bro.
Right.
It might be 36. Or whatever. The number might not be right, what I'm saying, but
it's what happens
up there, man.
when you played 25 years in high altitude with the second greatest point guard all the time.
So everyone from the Jazz and the Nuggets, they should have played 20 years.
This is what happens when you're the only guy fucking he's doing conditioning and training, and everyone else in the NBA was working out and lifting weights.
I know. I understand.
You know what I mean?
Hey, look, let's digress. So you're saying CP can pass Zeke with one chip? Yeah. We're talking about CP3.
CP, to me, like
the Suns can win. It's possible that they can win.
with one chip. I don't know if there's any player that takes a greater leap like up the ladder than him.
As far as like,
Because it's like this, all he needs is that one chip to validate fucking everything else. Like that whole narrative of him being too small and like collapse, like all it takes is that one, and all that shit melts away, and all you see are the 8-time first defense selection, 6 seasons of above 10 assists, like you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because if you think about point guards, right? There's not a lot of point guards that like.
Oh, LeBron, he's better than Karl Malone too. And so is Kevin Durant.
He played a lot of power forward games. I understand what you're saying. I don't like it. You know I don't like it. But it is what it is. We're saying that there's not a lot of point guards that led. That was the main dude. Like, he did everything for the team. Like, there's not a lot of those dudes you can say, and they got a chip. Like, because J. Kidd wasn't, like, the number one player when they won that chip with Dallas. That was Dirk. Magic was the guy in L.A. Steph, he got the chips. But like, it's not his fault he played with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is, top 10 probably when it's all said and done, like all time. You think? Yeah. Like he's gonna be around more of like the 9-10 or like 8-9-10, but you can at least.
He like fucked up Steph's legacy.
He did. He definitely did.
Like I don't know how to properly evaluate Steph now because of the KD years.
It's tough, but
I also like
73 wins with Steph as the leader though. 73.
Yeah, and then he came up small.
I mean, I know, but 73 though.
Yeah, it was awesome. At the same time, it's like the best Steph I've seen in the playoffs was
with KD.
No, it was when he got hurt and they played Toronto and he lost in the finals. It was like he finally played good in the finals, and the rest of the team they shit the bed. But like finally, Steph Curry showed up.
Well,
but he's not in his final form yet, though, bro. You saw what he was doing this season, like
this is what everybody wanted to see. And this is why people were mad at KD when he went to the Warriors. We were like, oh, here we go with this shit. Don't get to see.
My thing is like, can we have something in the middle? You don't have to have Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green and the who's who of the bench of like former All-Stars. Mm-hmm. But you also don't need to have fucking Juan Toscano Anderson and Kevon Looney as your two best players outside of Steph Curry.
It's money, man.
Like,
it's money ball, man. You know how it goes.
I think they got to think about reworking. Like, you can't waste the rest of Steph's prime.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's time to get Wiseman up out of there for an established star. Like, it's a
consolidation. Better do it sooner rather than later.
Wiseman and Oubre, rent, don't buy.
Oubre. I saw Oubre had a Cars commercial.
Yeah, me too. I was like, how is this motherfucker in a CarMax commercial?
No one knows who he is.
Yeah, I started going off on that during the game of tea. And she's like, who is that? I was like, exactly. Yeah. I was like, we fucking drafted this dude and immediately traded him to the Wizards. I was like, the only reason that he got remotely famous is because he was piping a Jenner or whatever.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Oubre was?
Yeah, Oubre was fucking one of these Jenners or whatever.
Kylie or Kendall or something like that.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, they're like, once, Kelly Oubre, no homo, he a good looking dude. Like,
it's Pride Month.
He's got the Instagram
10% gay.
I'll suck his dick. Whoa, that escalated quickly. That went from a rugged jawline to straight up anal.
We're canceling his words. No more pause and no more no homo. Kelly Oubre just looks good.
Yeah, bro.
He's a good looking dude.
Hey, he looks like if Blueface found the beat. You gotta put it all together.
Hey, that's a good one right there.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So T immediately got her. He got her interest. She was like, "Who is this guy in CarMax?" And I was like,
and you're like, Chris Paul.
He shouldn't even have fucking commercials. Fuck this dude.
He got tricked.
He's part of the Valley Boyz. He never even made the playoffs.
Hey, oh god. But anyways, for me, Magic led his squad. Isaiah led his squad twice. I got Magic and Isaiah, then it's Steph, then it's Chris Paul. If Chris Paul wins one, he's above Steph for me.
Yeah, he's above Steph. Chris Paul wins one, he's the point guard. You're right behind Magic. Like,
you think he's 2 if he wins one?
To me.
I think.
And also, like, he'd almost be 1. to me, and this is why.
Wow. Okay, I
This
gotta
is
hear
this is why.
I gotta hear this.
Because Magic Johnson played center in the NBA Finals as a rookie and won fucking Finals MVP.
He did.
That's why.
That's something
So-
Chris Paul can't do.
Yeah. So it's like that's why he's the point god. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because you're like, especially in the modern era where it's like everything's positionless and this, that, and other. Like, who's to say they would have called Magic a point guard or whatever the fuck they'd call him? Modern.
I mean, in these days,
You know what I'm
maybe,
saying?
Probably not. Most likely not.
Exactly.
Because I can't even see him being like I can't even see him being Ben Simmons. Like he's better than him, but he didn't move like Ben Simmons. His body wasn't like super agile like that.
No.
He was fast going up and down.
He was like
back and forth.
a good mix of Ben Simmons and Jokic. And that was
Yeah. Slim ass Jokic.
Yeah.
MVP Jokic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that definitely. But like one chip, I was gonna say one chip for me, like Chris Paul. He may not go crazy up for me like in the point guard conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll pass Steph, but he's gonna surpass people.
All the other positions.
Yeah, that he was,
you just jumped 30.
yeah,
people.
like all the people that he was kind of even with. He's
Yeah.
he's surpassing all of them, and like we can talk about him being 20. You know,
Right, above or below Paul Pierce.
better than Paul Pierce.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's not even a question.
Right now though, below Paul Pierce.
I think he's. I think he's better. I think he's better than Paul Pierce.
That's a sticky one.
I
So
think he's
Paul
better than
Pierce,
Paul
you're
Pierce.
one of these people better watch out if CP gets a ring because he's boom right past your ass,
To
bro.
me, I think he's gonna pass people like D Wade. Like D Wade was a great player, but I think D Wade is gonna be better than Chris Paul now. But if CP3 wins a chip, I think he can kind of leapfrog D Wade. Still be in that same kind of player
Yeah.
conversation, but I think he'll pass him.
Didn't D Wade win an MVP?
No, he didn't.
No.
Mm-mm. But it is CP3.
Yeah,
But
it's
also,
last days.
you know what? If I think about it though, D Wade won one being the star.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
close.
with the help of the referees and shooting 45 free throws, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah. So you want to go Utah Clippers?
Hey, man, let's.
Or let's go to the East.
All right, we do Utah Clippers real quick.
Fuck Kawhi.
We said this at the beginning of the season. Nobody takes the Jazz serious. We continue to not take them serious. Fucking Royce O'Neal cannot guard Kawhi Leonard. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So I think the Clips are going to win this eventually in 7.
Yeah, especially since Donovan went down with an injury. He's gonna come back, but
This is what I'm hoping for, bro. I hope, like, every time I'm paying close attention to Utah
Yeah.
and this Gobert-Mitchell feud. And I'm hoping, like, it kind of got reignited, like, 2 weeks ago and shit. And, like, I was like, dude, I'm on red alert for when Donovan Mitchell says at the end of the season, I'm out of Utah. And then we'll say, here's John Collins and Kevin Huerter and Cam Reddish and a first-round pick. Come play next to Trae Young.
hey man, I mean that's interesting. If Donovan Mitchell though stays healthy, Utah can beat the Clippers.
Yeah.
Like
He looked like the best player on the court.
I don't want to be blasphemous,
Because it should be Kawhi.
but I think he is the best player on the court, dude.
We'll see if Kawhi steps it up. Because, you know, he always saves his shit for the second half of series.
Yeah.
Kawhi's a good closer. So we'll see, man.
This is what I want to say though.
Kawhi has been, like, under the radar, playing fucking awesome.
No,
in
he's
the playoffs.
he's the best player in the playoffs.
He's been unbelievable.
He's the best player in the playoffs right now. And that's the thing, like, if he continues to play like this, the Clippers are the favorites. They're the favorites. Now, everyone thought that they had no backbone. I did not think they were going to come back versus Dallas. Did you?
No. And when it was the first quarter of Game 3 and Luka was posing on them and they were up like 22,
Yeah.
I was like, bro, you got to blow the Clippers up.
Yeah. Also, Luka, you're going to have to start closing some games. All right?
Yeah, man.
Come on now.
First quarter wizard.
Yeah. But anyways, so Kawhi he's playing like a monster. Utah really doesn't have anybody to guard him. Bogdanovich, what is that guy? Is it Bogdanovich?
Bogdanovich, he'll do the best
He's
job.
a decent defender on him.
But that's kind of this is the disrespect. It's like, you're putting a white guy on me? I'm a fucking MVP. Look at this, ridiculous. I'm not Paul George. You can't stick Joe Ingles on me and expect me to eat my lunch.
Joe Ingles played Paul George very great.
Joe Ingles always eats Paul George's
Is
lunch.
still playing him pretty well.
Yeah.
So like that is kind of a wash. But if Donovan Mitchell can come back from the injury and still be great, and Mike Conley gets back, because we still haven't seen Mike Conley in game 1, 2, or 3. So I'm interested in seeing what's going to go down.
Yep.
I do have Clips in 7 though.
I don't like either one of these teams. I think Clippers probably win in 7.
I just don't.
I want whoever loses. I want both of these teams to lose in the conference finals. Whoever makes it out, you're losing to the Suns.
Well, my dislike for Kawhi, like he's playing great, but coming over to LA talking about you're gonna snatch LeBron's chain and all that, and you lose a 3-1 lead to Jokic and Jamal Murray. Nah, LeBron's better than you, dude. Stop it. He's 35 and he was better than you last year. He was 36 this year and he was still better than you, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Until he got hurt.
Yeah, until he got hurt. And still hurt, he was still getting me 20-something. Kawhi can give me 20 when he's healthy.
Well, no, Kawhi was getting you 20 when he was hurt and won a chip. When he was hobbling around with the Raptors.
In the East.
Yeah, he still had to play the Warriors.
And KD was gone. And Clay tore his ACL.
They still had to beat the Sixers.
Now that I can give him credit for.
And the Bucks.
I can give him credit for that. But it's a different thing when LeBron's 36 hurt opposed to Kawhi 28 hurt.
Well, the thing is, like, LeBron's getting hurt for the first time at 36. Kawhi got hurt. They Zaza'd his ass.
He's always
4
hurt.
years ago. You know what I mean?
His hamstring was blown for a whole year in San Antonio.
So, it's a different thing with him. With Kawhi, it's like, his contract with the Clippers is up at the end of this season. He's a free agent.
I mean, he wants to stay in LA, though.
Yeah, he's going to go to the Lakers. It was all a setup. It was all dramatic.
But it's like...
He's going to be like, they're going to not re-sign Dennis Schroeder. They're just going to be like, we're going to just keep LeBron, Anthony Davis, and just cap space.
Get Kawhi. Well, here's my thing, though. Like, So some people think the Clippers roster's deep, and some people think the Clippers roster is absolute garbage. Where are you at on the train?
It's deep in some positions and garbage in others. Their point guard position specifically is garbage. Between Beverly and Rondo.
Jackson, Rajon Rondo.
Yeah. That is comparatively, like, if we're talking about winning a chip.
Yeah.
That point guard
you
position
don't have a guard.
is garbage.
Yeah, because Rondo's not playing like LA Lakers Rondo.
No.
He's
playing like Atlanta Hawks Rondo.
That Atlanta stain is just in him. I don't know what happened to him. Went to Magic City a little bit too much.
Yeah, Lou Will's playing fine. Yeah. But then you look at other positions on their joint, and it's like they're stupid deep at the 2-guard position. And they got Luke Kennard, and they got Terrence Mann, and they got Paul George who plays there, and they got I'm sorry, I'm fucking blanking out right now. But they just have a wealth of options.
Batum?
Yeah, Batum. And like all their wings are good.
They're decent.
You know what I mean?
They're decent.
Yeah. These are all dudes who can play in the playoffs. Fuck whichever Morris,
Marcus,
Pandemic P,
yeah,
Kawhi, Batum.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's like
the only person that makes you nervous is fucking Zubac.
Yeah, and then they still got Boogie too at the end of the bench.
Yeah, well, Jesus Christ, keep him away from the court if you want to win. You saw what Gobert did to him? Made him look like a little ass kid, bro. Yeah.
But I mean,
the fuck out of here. I was like, he's all the way washed.
If we talk about serious contenders, though, the Clippers are still there. But they still need to show. They got to show me something, though. They got to show me something because you still got to come back from 2-1. You got to win in LA.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We're gonna monitor that situation.
We definitely gonna monitor it. And one last thing I'll add is I think Ty Lue is among the best coaches left in the playoffs. Him and Quinn Snyder might be the two best. So that's gonna be a good tactical back and forth because he's not afraid to make adjustments and he doesn't let huge runs happen.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like he's an actual good coach.
And also he is a guy that Rondo didn't play in some of the games and Beverly has been playing a lot of games. And you don't hear a word.
Yeah,
and those are
discontent.
Those are strong voices in your locker room, and you know Rondo, he can cause trouble. But Ty Lue's like, yo, you just ain't got it for this matchup, bro. I'm playing somebody else, and Rondo don't say nothing. I got my trust in Ty Lue, dude.
Yep.
He told LeBron to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he did, bro.
He's got some gravitas.
That's an assistant.
He's got some gravitas.
He does.
I'm not saying he's better
not
than,
just the guy who got stepped over by Allen Iverson.
Yeah, nah. I'm not saying he's Doc Rivers, but he's a good coach though.
Well, Nurse Rivers has been beating Nate McMillan down to a pulp in the playoffs. It's been very disappointing watching us.
In the East.
The lack of basic coaching against the Sixers has just been appalling.
Yeah.
We're allowing Joel Embiid to beat us himself off a torn meniscus. For some reason, every time we double him, we want to do it off Seth Curry's man or Tobias Harris's man. Even though Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle are both on the court at the same time, and we're fucking inside their jersey like they're about to put up a 40-footer.
Do you think he's playing a bigger mind game in which keep the coach? Nate McMillan. Nate McMillan's like, all right, I'm gonna let Embiid keep cooking, but the longer this goes on that meniscus, I'm gonna start doubling off the guys who actually can't shoot, and I'm gonna just make you rip your whole knee off.
No, I mean, that's an interesting strategy, but I'd rather just make Ben Simmons shoot the ball 40 times.
Just in the game, you're just like, can we just win now?
Yeah.
Maybe he's playing the long game, dog.
I don't understand what the long game is.
You can't stop Embiid, I get it. But the strategy, I don't think Nate McMillan is that dumb. He's not doing that on purpose. I think that might be just some shit that your players
You need to win Game 5 in Atlanta, dude, or Game 3 in Atlanta. Game 3, I was saying, is like, that was a must-win. Like, the winner of that Game 3 when it's a 1-1.
There's no way you thought he was playing not to win the game. I can't believe that Nate McMillan's strategy is double off of Seth. There's no, like, somebody was making that call on their own.
And he was singled up on one occasion. He was singled up on John Collins, and no one came to help the whole play.
So when you
and
double,
I was just like,
when you double, is it mostly Clint Capella though? He's the main.
He's the main joint, and then
he can't stop him.
Yeah, no, he can't. No one
he can do nothing
1-on-1. No,
like nothing at all.
No.
Embiid scoring 40.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but there's nobody in the league who can just stop Embiid one-on-one guard.
Yeah.
Like
that's true.
Now that he's like focused and he's like taking care of his body and all this shit.
Yeah.
This is the shit I've been waiting to see from him. I just didn't want to see it against my fucking team.
That's why we said that's why we said Sixers are gonna win.
Yep. I said if Embiid plays 4 more games, they win. If he plays 3 or less, that we win. Well, but that was when I thought DeAndre Hunter was gonna play.
Yeah, that is tough. That is tough for the Hawks.
And like missing all our best defenders, Cam Reddish, Chris Dunn, DeAndre Hunter, is like, and then our strategy appears to be watch Danilo Gallinari attempt to guard Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons in space. Like,
well, here's the thing. Like, what do? You know Embiid is gonna get 35.
Well, I'm glad you asked, Tay. You give him the Julio Jones bracket coverage. You have one player, a smaller player, fronting Embiid in the post. You have a larger player, preferably Clint Capella, who's bracketed behind him, between him and the rim. So you deny him the opportunity to catch the ball at the very minimum.
Do you play a zone?
I think it's worth considering a triangle.
Because y'all don't have shooters.
I think it's worth to consider a triangle too.
Well,
they don't have shooters.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
The Sixers don't have shooters.
They don't. So I consider a triangle too. But
you consider
what I really do
triangle too. The Steph Curry treatment that coach did in college?
Yeah.
Ooh,
bro.
In the NBA?
Bro, they did it with the Raptors, bro.
Well, here's the thing. You guys did?
No, the Raptors did it when they beat the Warriors.
Oh.
Yeah.
On Steph?
Yeah. Yep.
Huh, I don't really remember that.
But my thing is just like, you get that bracket, then you build the base, and then all you have to do is stay connected to Seth and Tobias. And then you let one person guard Thybulle and Ben Simmons at the same time.
Well, that's the thing. Is how many minutes has Thybulle been playing? Decent amount? 25?
Yeah, like 25 plus maybe. Right
so
25.
The thing is, like, he's not the smartest cutter. He's not a low IQ player. But, like, he doesn't just kind of float. He knows he can't shoot that well. But the thing is, Ben Simmons is actually, like, a really good cutter. And, like, a good, like, what do you call it when you're sitting in that hole on the bottom? Like, the Giannis spot, the dunker spot.
Oh, yeah, the dunker spot.
Like, he's really good at cutting and just kind of being, like, in that spot. He's not going to just float around the three. And if he does, he's going to make a quick cut.
That's what I'm saying.
So it makes it hard.
But wait a minute. It doesn't make it hard because you know Ben Simmons and Tybal, both of them only want to shoot around the rim.
Yeah.
So that's
Tybal will shoot though. He'll shoot it.
But that's fine. That's the point.
But
if Tybal's shooting 15 threes, that's how you play fucking defense.
Yeah, but he's only going to shoot it when he's open. If you guys show, he's going to pass it and they're still going to reset and give it back.
There's no need to do that shit. I'm saying bracket coverage. Then when between those two players, all you have to do now is guard an area. For Tybal and Simmons, they're both attacking the same area.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where I need to... I'm disregarding the entire three-point arc and where they're at. I'm only running at Tobias Harris and Seth Curry. If Ben Simmons or Tybal receive the ball outside of the paint, no one is to pressure them or acknowledge that they have the basketball. We're going to make you stay... Why am I so open and there's no one around me? What do I do, coach? Well, I think I'm going to shoot it.
So, here's the thing. If I'm Philly, what's my counter?
Stop playing Tybal and I play...
Can you win without him?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's just we haven't been punishing them. What's his face? The dark-skinned cat.
I don't think your team is good enough.
Plays backup point guard. He had like 18 points.
Oh, Milton?
Yeah.
He's good. He's really good.
And Trae Young, he just shoots over the top of Trae every time. Like Trae is not going to be able to stick with his ass.
That's my thing. I don't know.
If we don't pay attention and leave Landry Shamet alone, he'll fucking hit a big three. Excuse me. Ah, fuck. Who am I thinking of? The Korkmaz. If you leave his ass open, he'll splash a couple threes. So that's the dock adjustment is, all right, well, I'll just take non-shooters off the floor and put shooters in.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If he does do that, I don't think your wings, besides Bogdanovich, he can score. But I don't think Danilo can, like, punish him having Korkmaz and him having Shake Milton.
Danilo hasn't been punishing shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys do change up your defense and then Doc switches up and puts shooters on, your wings can't, like, on the other end, punish those guys offensively. So it's like, I don't think your roster is good enough.
But I'd rather...
I don't think you guys are going to win the series.
I'd rather fucking go down this way than go down with Embiid having 50. You know what I mean?
You can't stop Embiid.
But at least this is our game. If they take out all the defenders and now it's 4 shooters and Embiid, well, that's exactly how the Hawks play.
Well,
it's 4 shooters and Clint Capella. So let's fucking do it.
Well, isn't Tobias killing you too?
Nah, he wasn't killing us.
Game 1, it was one of the games he was killing you.
Yeah. Game 3, he was killing us in garbage time. But it was like, who gives a fuck?
Okay.
But
so he's not killing you?
Nah, he's not killing us.
Okay.
You just can't put a point guard on him. It's just like, don't be fucking retarded.
Oh, he posts up any shorter matchup. He posted up. He's smart. He's smart. I like the way he plays. He plays well with Doc.
That's my thing.
Sorry,
it's just like,
he plays well with Nurse.
Fucking basic ass adjustments that I'm not seeing. And I don't understand. Why is Solomon Hill playing 34 minutes?
He shouldn't play at all. He shouldn't play any games.
No. It should be a 0. It should be a DNP. Absolutely. Why is Okongwu barely playing? You have a center. Embiid is on a fucking torn meniscus.
He's killing
right? Let's turn this shit into a track race and fucking get up and down the court nonstop and make him guard you in transition. We're not going to guard him in the post with one person anyway, so it doesn't matter if we have an undersized player on him.
He's punishing y'all, man. I don't know what to tell you, bro. He's killing you guys.
I'm telling you.
He's absolutely... Embiid is...
Stop letting him catch the ball and single up. And then it's so bad. It's not even like we're doubling on the catch, bro. He'll catch it and then, like, assess the situation and be like, oh, no one's coming, and then just go to work. And then no one still comes, even at the shot point.
Who do you want to double? John Collins? Like, Embiid is too tall for you to just double on the catch. Like, Clint's tall, but...
You double before the catch. Or
who else? Who's going to be the guy to come? Danilo?
No, you front with a guard.
You front with Bogdana?
You're
saying Herder.
Herder or Bogdana.
Okay.
Or Tony Snell.
Bogdanovic is 6'4", Herder's what?
You know what? Actually, Tony Snell. That's what you do. You got big long
So you got to play Tony Snell 28 minutes.
It's better than playing Solomon Hill 34 minutes. I'd rather play Tony Snell than Solomon Hill.
Well, you guys don't have...
Now that
you have Trae Young only plays offense. Clint Capella, pretty much only plays defense. He can catch alley-oops, but he's useless without a good guard that can
He
pass.
missed that wide open alley-oop.
This is what I'm saying. This is your roster. Trae Young, one-way player. Clint Capella, pretty much one-way player. Herder, kind of two-way.
Hit two-way.
But in the playoffs, he's not like, he can't get his own bucket in the playoffs a lot. It's not going to be a lot. Just listen. Just hear me out. Bogdan, 1.5-way player. He plays decent defense. Danilo, inconsistent one-way player. So those are pretty much your top 5 guys. And I didn't say John Collins because he's still kind of playing.
He's a 0-way player right now. Jesus Christ.
He's still playing bad. But when he's great, still a one-way player kind of.
Yeah.
Offensive.
I actually thought his defense has been pretty good throughout this playoffs.
That's okay.
It's just like, that's not your game. Like, that's the problem, is that the best thing about your game has been your defense.
Yeah.
And you're a skinny 6'9" dude with short arms.
I understand. But with that being said, or what I just said, those are your top 6 guys. You going down swinging with those guys?
Yeah, bro. That's all we got. I'd like to see more Okongwu. I'd like to see a lot more.
That's what
Okongwu.
I said. You want to see more of like.
I want to see more Tony Snell.
So what do we do on the other end? If Okongwu's on the court, what is he going to do to punish me offensively? If I'm the Sixers and I'm playing defense, what am I going to do with Okongwu? He's just a dude on the court.
He's the dunker spot. He's
You going to play Okongwu and Clint?
No.
So you only want to see Okongwu?
Yes.
No more Clint.
No more John Collins and Danilo Gallinari on Embiid, because that's what they've been doing.
Oh, so you want Okongwu instead of Collins?
Yes.
Collins done.
Yes. No.
We're sick of playing him.
Not at center. And if you are gonna do it, you better run up it. Like, your whole thing is this is just a track meet.
So who do you want to go down with?
But I like Okongwu at that center position more, because his defensive instincts are so much better than John's. He's stronger than John Collins, and he has quicker feet.
So who do you want to play in the majority of the minutes? 30 minutes.
Clint plays the majority of the minutes. As his primary relief, though, let's not have the John Collins, Gallinari switch off, where the remaining 18 minutes are filled by those guys. We're getting killed in those joints.
Here's my question. Who's the last 5 in if you're down by 6 or you're up by 6? Who's the last 5 guys in the game?
If you're up by 6?
Up 6 or down 6? Who's the last 5 in? For the Hawks. To beat the Sixers. I don't think you can beat the Sixers. Sixers and 5. I don't see you winning another game versus them.
I think it would actually be the same lineup both times. And it would be Okongwu, Gallinari, Snell, Herder, Trae. Or no, Kevin Herder, Bogdan, Trae.
Alright, we'll see.
So that's then the reason I
and you're
say
playing
that,
triangle too.
The reason I say that is because you're committing to not having a person who can stop Embiid one-on-one schematically. So Clint Capella's value has been super diminished that way.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then you don't have any bad free throw shooters on the court that they can hack or whatever the fuck and catch back up on.
Yeah.
And so that's like if you're up 5 or whatever, or up 6. And then if you were behind 6, it's like, well, I want all shooting and spacing. I don't want Clint Capella in a game.
Have y'all hacked Ben Simmons?
Somewhat. He's made his free throws in game 3, games 1 and 2, he was like 4 for 25.
Yeah, I remember that. It was really bad.
Yeah.
But what did he do in game 3? He made
most of them. But that's an aberration, bro. You know he can't fucking shoot free throws. I told you, if you want to make some money before the series, bet that Ben Simmons will miss at least 25 free throws.
And he's pretty much there.
Yeah. He's pretty much there. We're at game 4 tonight.
I think you
go hack a Simmons earlier too.
I think y'all need to just start doing it. Because like the thing is, here's the thing, like so there's 2 ways that people kind of play with a star type of thing. If Embiid,
let them eat or let everyone else eat.
Pretty much. And you guys, the difference is, you guys let Embiid eat, he's almost shooting like 68%, 70%. So that cannot fucking happen when you're letting a star score. Like that's way above the average. So you gotta start hacking Ben like early. You're gonna have to start seeing some scrubs out there just like, look.
This is where Solomon Hill should be playing. You have 6 fouls, Solomon. Go out there and take all of them against Ben Simmons.
Solomon, we'll call that the Solomon spot. The hack of Solomon.
For real, that's what it needs to be. That's the only time I want to see him without his warm-ups on.
Yeah, sure. All right.
But I don't know, man. It's just been a.
Do you really
tactically? I just like, what are you doing? Like, it's just unbelievable. And why are we playing such a deep bench and we play 4 bench members at once. Lou Williams shouldn't be playing in this series at all. Like, Lou Williams can't fucking play against length like this.
He can't play. He's done.
You gotta have him on a smaller point guard or something. If like we were playing against the Bucks and Bridge Forbes was out there, it's like, all right, we can play Lou Williams. We're playing against Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle and what's his face, the other dark-skinned black dude is their backup point guard,
Shake Milton.
Shake Milton, who's 6'6" with long ass fucking arms. Like,
I don't know, man. That's the thing, bro. Like,
that shit is beat. But the problem is no one else can dribble.
Mr.
Like, Kevin Huerter will get his pocket picked. Bogdanovich isn't crossing anybody, but he'll like initiate the offense.
Son,
Lou Williams is the only person who has handles on our team now that DeAndre Hunter's out.
we gotta give Doc Nurse Rivers his coaching stripes.
No, we
back,
don't.
Bro.
No.
He's being a decent coach. I think we're hating on him too much. He did choke it crazy for 4 years, 5 years, however long.
Terry,
he was with the Clippers.
this is still the beginning of the series. He has to get up 3-1 so he can blow a 3-1 lead. You can't blow a lead when the series is tied.
You can't blow a lead. You can't blow a 3-1 to the Hawks.
Oh, it's happening.
You can do it to the Bucks maybe or the Nets, but it's not gonna happen with the Hawks, bro. I'm sorry.
He get fired.
The way Nate McMillan has been coaching, I just don't see it
I
happening.
don't see it either, man.
You know?
I
love Nate. I love him.
We've run out of bodies. John Collins looks like worse than Julius Randle somehow.
Yeah. Nate McMillan is an 80-game coach.
Can we talk about John Collins for a second?
Go ahead.
How much money do you think John Collins cost himself this fucking year by turning down a $120 million extension?
Why did he do that? Did he think he's going to be max?
He said max, the whole time. I'm a max player.
You have
max.
to be All-NBA third team or make an All-Star team to get max money.
No, that's just the super max.
Well, what do you have to do to get max?
Anything. You could just
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 Rudy Gobert.
have an owner that's
he's been
willing
an
to
all-star.
pay you like the max.
Oh, I thought there was like cutoffs.
No.
I thought there was like levels.
So it's like the max slides depending on how many leagues you've been in or years you've been in the league. And so like there are different thresholds where it goes up. So once you're like the 10th year in the league, it goes up to like 40% of the team's cap is the max. But like when you're 7 years in the league, it's only like 35% of the cap is the max. So it does go up and down. So he wanted to max for a rookie extension deal, which would be like $160 million or something.
Oh, so he wanted the 1.6.
Yeah, it's like we're giving you. Be happy with the 100, John, because this is what John Collins thought.
He's worth 80.
John Collins was used to not playing in the playoffs and dropping. He's like, I'm throwing out these StatMuse stats like he's gonna get a check. John Collins is the first player in NBA history to average 20, 10, and shoot 40% from three. And he's like, I'm a hybrid big man, an evolution of Amari Stoudemire, the likes of which the league has never seen.
Don't talk to me. Talk to the people.
And then
you know how I feel about him. Talk to the people. He's just a jumper.
And then we get to the playoffs, and they're like, oh no, like he's just a dude who feasted on people who weren't trying hard in the regular season, and we get to play the Magic 4 times a year because we're in the same conference.
He should have learned something from Jeremy Lin and faked an ankle injury or something.
Bro,
because he looks bad.
Exposed.
He looks bad, bro. He looks really bad.
Really bad. And the funny thing is for me, it's not funny, it's depressing. Before the season, all the like interviews and stuff, and during the lockout, or not the lockout, but the pandemic, the Hawks didn't go to the bubble with everyone else, bro. Like he had like 9 months just to work on his game. And he was like, he came into the season and he's like, yeah, my goal the whole offseason was to become like a Giannis type of player where I can handle the ball and bring it down and I initiate the offense now. And then I literally watched him get a traveling violation in Game 3 in Atlanta because he gets a dribble handoff from Trey, takes 2 dribbles, then picks up his dribble 38 feet from the basket and goes to pass to somebody there's no one around and then travels.
You want to run that conversation we had earlier back about 5 weeks ago when you thought he was better than these guys I was naming?
He's still better than Julius Randle. He strapped Julius Randle, bro. He got it done over Julius. At least John Collins isn't taking 17 bad shots a game. He just passes the ball and keeps it moving and then commits a flagrant foul on defense.
I'd rather you go out trying. Looks like he's not really trying that hard.
He's not nearly assertive enough. Man.
Yeah. It kind of seems like he's just like, you know what? I ain't got it. I'm
it does
I'm
look...
I'm going to work harder this offseason, but right now I don't.
He does look shook, bro.
Yeah.
And my other thing is like...
Playoffs is different, but this is why you need to make the playoffs so you know you can get better.
Exactly.
You know?
You're right. Stop smelling yourself so much. And stop being so basic with your fucking, like, moves, bro. Like, some of his packages around the rim is like, this is 2K on rookie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm blocking this. I see this shit coming a second before it happens.
Well, my thing is, I don't like him. So, there's that. You don't need to be looking at Giannis. No one can be Giannis. Giannis is a guy that really doesn't have any moves. He's just a super athletic freak. You can't patent your game off of him. You can't look at him and be like, I can beat him. You can't beat him.
Right.
You just jump
you're
high.
You're a 6'10 wingspan.
Yeah, like you
He's
jump high,
6'7", 8.
You need to be better at defense. You're good at defense. You need to be a defensive lockdown dude. You got your 3-point, good. You need to start working on some dribble moves.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's the number one thing. And that's what he meant by like that is like that he's gonna be running the break.
Yeah, but like you need to work on your dribble moves. You don't even dribble that well. You can shoot. You can shoot.
And there's really no excuse to be honest because it's not like he's a really tall, uncoordinated, like whatever the fuck. Yeah. He looks normal. He moves normal. He's a skinny guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I was about to say he needs to get a little stronger. And then when I get a switch, if there's a Trae Young, John Collins pick and roll. If you get switched on to like Drew Holiday, who's very strong,
you gotta be able to get a bucket.
But like I need you to get
a switch.
Yeah.
And right now, that's a great point. He can't punish switches.
No, he never does.
No, he did before, but there's like the level
just
of physicality because
athletic. I'm
just gonna jump over you and get an and one or whatever.
Yeah, that's all he was doing.
Yeah,
I need moves, man.
Yeah, exactly. He ain't got no moves, bro. And when he travels or or this is my other favorite is. He still hasn't understand the nuances of it. When you rip the ball through, you can't go straight through like this. Someone's gonna fucking take a ball. It has to be like an arc.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's little things like that he doesn't get. That when like the guard comes in to dig in the post, and then now I gotta get in a jump ball with like because I'm diving on the floor because I'm not paying attention.
Hey man, it's just not there. It's okay.
Well, I think this season now. Before the season, when we signed Bogdanovich, we got Rondo and all this stuff, and everyone was like, "Bro, Kevin Huerter is on his way out. There's no path to playing time when he's behind Bogey and he's behind Trae and he's behind Rondo and he's behind Cam Reddish and he's behind DeAndre Hunter.
Tides have turned,
right? And they're like, "Yo, you'd be lucky to get a second-round pick for him or whatever, and clear some space." And then now it's like. Well, fuck. I'd rather, if I'm going to give $80 million to someone, I'd rather give it to Kevin Huerter than John Collins.
Yeah. I don't know, John doesn't look
this
good.
Is the dude who was like, he might not even be in the rotation.
Yeah. It's tough. It's real tough. I mean, I would still give 80 to John, because he still does have, like, an upside.
He's improved each year in the league. He has.
Yeah.
And he's still a young player.
But the playoffs, man, they do show who's good and who's not.
But if you're going to be a skinny 6'10 guy who can't really protect the rim, you got to be able to shoot threes and punish mismatches. And right now, his jumper looks broke.
Yeah.
And he can't score over a point guard. And so I'm not sure what you're doing out there.
Nothing at all, dude. Can't do anything at all. Anyways, on to Brooklyn. Who's got that one? Brooklyn, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It's tied 2-2, I believe.
It is tied 2-2.
86-83.
I think it all depends on the
Kyrie's
status of Kyrie's ankle.
Kyrie's done.
He's done?
Bro.
He's not come back?
They don't have to tell me that he's not
His
done.
bone near touched the floor.
Yeah,
bro.
like you don't jump, come down on your ankle, and come back for game 5. That's not happening.
Tell that to Anthony Willis Reed Davis.
Willis Reed, I don't know what his actual injury was, but he was gone for a while.
It probably was like chlamydia or something like that. He just got a shot in his ass.
He's just limping.
And yeah, that's why. They gave him the big needle and he was like, "Ooh, shit."
Yeah, so you got anything? I got a take for this.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
No Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
No James Harden.
Mm-hmm. This is your legacy moment, Kevin.
I want everyone to keep the same energy
when you were talking about LeBron when AD went down. LeBron's the greatest. He should be able to carry his team to the finals. Fuck no. If your second best player goes down, you're not going to be able to make it. You can't beat good teams if your second best player goes down. Let alone your third best player goes down. I'm not expecting KD to do anything great. But I just want people to keep the same level of criticism when it comes to Kevin Durant and LeBron. We only hate KD off the court. But if he starts hitting a bunch of jumpers, we're like, he's the best player ever. He can only make fucking shots for himself. He doesn't create shit for anybody else. He can't lead a team to greatness. He needs other people to do the other shit. He needs other people to get rebounds for him. He needs other people to lock down people. He's not a lockdown defender. He can't give assists to other motherfuckers.
And that's why Bruce Brown was like, I'm taking over. KD, I got this.
I'm never, we had these conversations about Draymond taking the shit up the court and you got mad because you don't bring the ball up the court like that. You were mad at Russell because he was doing it. Take the fucking ball. If the shit goes out, give me that shit. You're the point. Right. Go score a bucket. You always relying on somebody else to do shit for you. You're Karl Malone. You're better than him.
Yeah.
Because you can score way more consistently and you don't need one mode of it. You can score on different levels. 3-point, mid-range, and a little bit of post shit. But you got to be able to get the ball and score one-on-one versus PJ Tucker. We're doing the same shit when you were young. If a stronger dude defends you, you can't score. That's what we're doing. I thought you were past that. I want criticism on his ass, man.
I want the refs to stop bailing him out when PJ Tucker is strapping his ass.
Yep.
And they just call a foul on PJ Tucker because he's shorter and stronger than Kevin Durant.
Bro.
I was like, yeah, there's contact. It's a contact sport, guys.
Yeah.
Do we penalize Russell Westbrook for being faster than Nikola Jokic?
Nah.
Why do we penalize some players for being stronger than others?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
And what does a coach have to do every time after a game? I just saw a lot of contact going on. I didn't see a whole lot of calls.
Yeah.
Next game, PJ Tucker comes up with 5 fouls in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was so unbelievable. And they're all bullshit. They're all
every time.
bullshit.
Anyways,
they're all bullshit.
That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to get off my chest. Kevin Durant has never been the best player ever in any point in life for me. Did he beat LeBron in the finals versus Cleveland? Yes. Who was LeBron's second best player on that team? Kevin fucking Love. So I'm not trying to hear that stupid ass shit.
Oh, I was going to say Matthew Dellavedova.
Well, versus KD. And yeah, okay, they beat him with Kyrie too, but damn, you had KD, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson?
Yeah.
Draymond is a luxury?
I think this Nets team is deeper than most people realize and able to sustain, some of these injuries.
I don't think they're going to win any more games though.
Dude, even they have the ultimate Kyrie replacement, fucking Mike James.
He is decently good.
For anyone who doesn't know, this dude was lighting up the Russian league, fucking nonstop, dropping 30 a game in Russia. And then Steve Nash pulled some fucking FIFA 20 soccer shit. And it was like, oh, the Russian league wrapped up? We'll take him on loan for the next 3 months and pay half his salary. And they're like,
hey,
okay, it's the off season in Russia. And then so out of nowhere, right before the playoffs, it's we just added a 30-point per game score to the team.
He did some WNBA shit. That's some WNBA type stuff right there.
It is.
Hey, Diana Taurasi, WNBA's not playing?
Yeah, I'm going to Russia.
Come to Russia.
Yep.
We just flipped it and reversed it on you. Steve Nash. This guy, I told you.
That's ahead of the curve. Everyone was big mad about that shit, too.
Hey, look, I said top 3 for Coach of the Year, and you looked at me like a little weird, but you were like, nah, no, basketball.
What he should do is he should be GM of the Year. That's what he should get.
He was GM, though. Nash was a GM for a second.
He should get GM of the Year because the Harden trade, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The acquisition of Bruce Brown from the Wizards.
That was great. Nick Claxton.
Oh, that was drafted 2 years ago.
That was.
But that was Kenny Atkinson.
Jeff Green.
But they still got Jeff Green in. They got Blake in. They got LaMarcus.
Even though he retired.
They got Mike James over from Europe.
Mm-hmm.
That was if the Lakers had kept the Anthony Davis LeBron core and with KCP and all their cap space, and then put that surrounding core around them, instead of Dennis Schroeder and the pandemic Penguin,
Andre Drummond,
they would win the championship. He's done a masterful job of
getting players
the
that can
supporting
fill in.
cast.
Yeah. And DMP DeAndre, I like it. We've been asking.
Yeah,
for
forever.
We've been asking for that when Jared Allen was there.
Bro, I said before the season started, Nick Claxton is better than DeAndre and Jordan.
DNPJ,
You know what
do
you
not
said?
play Jordan.
Who is Nick Claxton?
Yeah, I did. I didn't know who that was. And now he's good.
Cooking.
He's really good.
He's athletic, bro.
Yeah,
You should. He's what John Collins wants to be. Fucking.
Wow, that's a lot.
Nick Claxton played like point guard in Georgia, even though he was a center. He was the one bringing the ball up.
I'm not gonna say
He's
Nick
only
Claxton.
scratching the surface.
I'm not gonna
That's
say-
the answer.
I'm not
Kyrie steps down. Nick Claxton steps up. He might be better than Kevin Durant. We just need to get some more shine.
The Nets are not. They're not gonna win another game. If they do, I'll be very surprised. Do you think they'll win another game?
Yeah, I think they win the series.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think they win the series.
If Kyrie or James Harden doesn't even step on the court
I
for
think they
another
still
game.
win the series.
How?
Durant and the supporting cast, and they're a much better coach. I think.
Oh my
I think.
God. We're on the opposite ends on this one, bro.
Is Mike Budenholzer the Pep Guardiola of basketball?
He just does the same thing.
It's like we institute the philosophy to play the beautiful game and to have the ball movement and all the corner threes. And he was ahead of the time, and the Hawks were winning 60 games because we were playing a modern style before everyone, and it was attractive and beautiful and a team game. And then we come to the playoffs, and there's no adjustments or anything like that.
Nope.
Pep Guardiola.
He would be Pep if he like started.
Oh yeah, Bryn Forbes at center. Like some combination you didn't play all year. He got
Yeah.
DJ Wilson back.
I can't even like who's like not even like the last person. Who's like their 8th man? You just started starting.
Giannis's brother.
Oh yeah. You start playing.
Thanasis.
Yeah, you just start playing him, and he just chokes, and you're like, we ride or die
Ride
with
or
him.
die with the Antetokounmpo brothers.
Yeah, I like their chemistry.
I want to see this Antetokounmpo on Antetokounmpo pick and roll partnership.
Hey, look,
I feel like that
look,
should be
look.
the deadliest thing in the world.
There's no way that the Bucks are gonna lose this.
I hope not.
They're
Fuck
not.
the Nets.
How can you think the Nets are gonna win without Kyrie and James Harden, bro?
Because they got the best player, and they got a better coach, and they got a better bench, and they have an offensive identity.
They got a better bench than the Bucks.
Yeah. The
These
Bucks
guys
bench
are
sucks.
okay, dude. These
All
Nets
right,
guys
go
are
on the
okay.
Bucks bench. Who is good?
No, I don't care about the bench.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the bench.
No, I wasn't gonna talk about the Bucks bench.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say the Bucks bench was better than the Nets.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying.
No,
I was
no,
like,
no.
whoa.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you still have a healthy Giannis, a healthy Drew Holiday, and a healthy Chris Middleton. Like, you have Kevin Durant is better than all
You
three
know what
of
I
them.
see? 1 banana, 2 banana.
3.
No, I tree banana. Chris
All right,
Middleton.
look. You got the best player, but then the other team has the second best player and the third best player and the fourth best player of the series. The other team is gonna win.
Nah.
You're
Best player
out of your
usually
mind.
wins in the NBA. Usually the
The
best player
second, third,
wins.
and fourth best player of the series.
They're not that much better.
Jordan couldn't beat the Celtics.
It's Giannis and Kevin Durant, and then it's like, fucking Drew Holiday,
You're out of your fucking
and
mind.
then after that,
It's Chris Middleton.
you think Chris Middleton's better than Drew Holiday?
No, I'm saying Drew Holiday's second. Drew Holiday's the third best player in the series. Chris Middleton's the fourth best player in the series.
Yeah, he's not. He's right there with Joe Harris and fucking all these. Like,
No.
Chris Middleton's
Chris Middleton is an all-star.
regrettably.
He's a 2-time all-star.
Chris Middleton fucking. He was so lucky he had that one big shot against the fucking Heat and that shit to win that game 1 because my God has he looked homeless in big moments.
It's
Airballing
okay.
fucking big threes, bro. It's a game winning shot and you airball. You hit the backboard and no rim. This is what I've seen from Chris Middleton.
It's okay, look, it's a little less pressure. Kyrie and James Harden are out. Alright, we're not asking a whole lot out of you guys. We're just asking you to beat just one guy.
Also, I think the loss of
KD
Dante
can't beat-
DiVincenzo is going to be huge for them because now that's like.
Is he out?
Yeah, he's out.
Tough.
So now they're going to expect Connaughton to fill those minutes, and I don't think Connaughton does all the little stuff the way that DiVincenzo was doing. He was turned into a pretty solid player.
No,
in this
he's
league.
decent. He's good. He's a good dude.
An above average starting 2 guard, I would say.
Here's my thing. We've seen the story. KD can't win by himself with just role players. When Russ went down, Grizzlies gobbled up his lunch, dinner, and breakfast. They just took it like it was nothing.
That was also when he was like surrounded by Kevin Martin and like,
Kevin Martin is the same as Chris Middleton to me. Is he not?
Yeah, that's my point, bro. Chris Middleton plays for the Bucks.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Thank you for making my Chris Middleton point. Thank you.
Who on the Nets is any better than like those OKC guys he was playing with? You really like these Nets
Joe
players.
Harris, Bruce Brown.
I'm just saying you really like these Nets players, bro.
Like Joe Harris has been a 40% 3-point shooter
With
since he walked in the league.
3 superstars. No, he played with Cavs.
With the Cavs. Yeah, he still shot 40 with them.
He didn't play at all.
Fucking garbage man, still getting that 40.
He didn't play at all.
Nah, he didn't.
Look,
it's
man.
like your boy D Wade on the Cavs right now.
Yeah.
Dean.
Look, man. I've seen the Kevin Durant story without people that can do things that he can't.
He's improved.
He's not
the same player
going to win.
He's not the same player that he was in OKC. He became a much better defender.
Is he the same player with the Warriors? Because we got evidence when Steph's gone, they don't win.
I don't know what you're watching, bro. I saw Kevin Durant like take over in the finals and just
With Steph.
score 20 points in LeBron's face like in a row.
I said with Steph. Without Steph, they didn't look good. If Kevin Durant doesn't have a point guard that can
You
run
don't
the
need
offense,
Steph Curry when you have Mike James, Terry.
here you go with these role players.
Cheska Moscow is in
You-
the house, bro.
Love scrubs.
I'm telling you.
You love them.
Mark my words.
You're going to see a Mike James article
no.
on the EHLS
you are.
pod.com.
You probably are. But mark my words here, guys. The Brooklyn Nets are winning the Europa League. I heard it here first.
So, who you got, actually? You said Nets in 7?
I said Nets is 7.
You're wild.
Nets is 7.
Kyrie's not coming back.
Kevin Durant's still the best player.
If James
still
Harden...
they still have plenty of good players around Kevin Durant. It's not like he's surrounded by a bunch of scrubs. They're much better coached. Much better coached.
They're scrubs.
Their assistant coach is a better coach.
You didn't even watch Game 4, did you?
I didn't watch Game 4. I watched Game 3 though.
Yeah, wax. 86-83.
Yeah.
You want to talk about bad coaching? Or you want to just talk about Bruce Brown?
We're gonna talk about Bruce Brown thing that he took. He had some of MJ's secret stuff.
I'm just saying.
He was like, whoa.
Bro.
That's like when Rick Fox was like, hold on, Kobe, I got this.
That type of shit don't happen to the best player in the world. You're not a guy in the corner floating.
I just don't
KD's
think
out there floating, son.
people don't respect Kevin Durant because he
I
couldn't
respect him.
he couldn't beat up Michael Rappaport. So I'm not gonna defer to you. Like, if you got a problem about it, then like we can fucking handle it.
I respect him, but he can't win without other stars on his team.
He hasn't so far. We'll see what happens.
So
man.
far,
What? So Giannis hasn't been able to win with other stars on his team, and so you're gonna take him over Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant.
I love Giannis. I like Giannis much more than KD. I'm rooting for the
That's
Bucks
just-
and for Giannis.
but
I don't think that he's gonna do. When you look at the skill level and adjust to adjustments, Kevin Durant has a laundry list of adjustments that he can make to any type of coverage, whatever the fuck. Giannis is like, I got 2 tools in my toolbox, and they're both hammers.
Look. I wasn't making a comparison between those two. I was just talking about Kevin Durant. There's clear evidence in which we've seen when he's without a playmaker,
But like Chris
he can't
Paul,
lead a team.
They're like, things are true until they aren't. You know what I mean? All it takes is one moment to rewrite that whole
Chris
fucking
Paul
narrative.
still has a long way to go.
He still has a long way to go. But
Kevin Durant.
all I'm saying is just because Kevin Durant, you're right. Everything you said about him when he was at OKC is correct. But I don't know if we could say
And
that
with
he's
the
the
Warriors.
same guy. We never got to see that in the Warriors, so you don't
I saw
know.
him in games without Steph, and he didn't look good.
That's regular season, bro. The regular season, nobody gives a fuck. Like, you know what the deal is. You're Kevin Durant. We're playing in Sacramento. I went to sleep at 6 a.m. You know what I mean? Like, it's just two completely different things. My confidence, it's just like this. Who do I think is going to make, like...
Who's the best player in the world right now?
Trae Young. So, if you're...
That wasn't dead air. That was just me not agreeing with you.
Nah, it's Embiid. It's Embiid. It's not close.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's Embiid.
I hear what you're saying. Sorry to cut you off.
But that's all right. But when you think of like, all right, the adjustments keep happening, the margins shrink. Mm-hmm. When butts are getting tight and you can feel that it's just back and forth. I have to have a bucket. I have to have a stop. I have the utmost confidence that Kevin Durant is going to continue to keep generating good looks and hitting tough shots. I don't have confidence that Giannis would make the wide open three.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
He didn't shoot any threes in game 4.
So it's like, or even like the wide open shot, like that in between. If he had to shoot that jump shot, it was like that 8-foot jumper that's not quite a floater.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's missing that for sure.
I hear what you're saying.
So when it just comes to that, it's like shot making. Kevin Durant, no, he's not a facilitator. No, he doesn't elevate everyone else around him. Mm-hmm. That's what they got Bruce Brown for, to elevate everyone else around him. Kevin Durant, you're a shot maker. Go make shots. And that's what he'll probably do.
And this is exactly what I was saying. They don't have a creator on the team. Kyrie's gone. That's it.
Mike James, bro.
He can do some stuff, but he's not Kyrie, dude.
No, he's not Kyrie, but he'll get him up like Kyrie. He thinks he's Kyrie.
Look, shit. I'm just saying.
Mike James thinks like Stranger Things style.
Mm-hmm.
If Kyrie is standing on top of the flat world, then Mike James is directly underneath him in the shadow realm as the Kyrie surrogate, like from Us or whatever. That's what he thinks.
Look, man, shit is just different, man. It's gonna be a different outlook on the court. It's different if I see 2 guys that are really good at scoring, opposed to when I see 1 guy really good at scoring. We're gonna be closely guarded because we're just looking at Durant. I just think we're just gonna see fucking garbage ass basketball. We're just gonna see KD getting it and just chucking it.
Oh yeah, but he's still probably gonna be making them.
I think he's going to score 28 or 26 shots.
The Bucks are going to play the right way and miss a whole bunch of open jumpers.
Look, KD, he might give me 35, but it's going to be at least 28 shots.
I just don't want to see Steve Nash and Mike D'Antoni get a ring, and especially not with this like fucking bullshit. Like we're just going to jump in and add all these superstars, and then like I can fucking change my whole basketball legacy because James Harden decided to throw his coach under the bus. Fuck that shit.
Bucks and 6.
Let's go. Hawks and 7, bro. We're still getting it done. I don't care. We're winning the championship.
Hey, look, I'm glad your team's in it, though.
I got nothing else to say.
I'm glad your team's in it.
It's the COVID year. It's wacky. You don't know what's going to happen. Nurse Rivers can't wait to blow another 3-1 lead.
They got to go up 3-1 first, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, well, we'll see what happens tonight.
Yeah, man.
Hey, bro. Another classic episode in the books. So all you at home, please check us out on Apple Podcasts. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out on
YouTube,
Google Podcasts, YouTube, our website,
www.thehLSpod.com,
Instagram, at HLSPod. We got Twitter, at the HLS Pod.
Yep.
We got Facebook with the Habitual Line Steppers.
Yep.
All right. So multiple avenues for y'all to engage. We're going to be coming out with some swag at the end of this summer for you guys, so you can look fresh and dripped out with all the latest Habitual Line Steppers gear. Mm-hmm. So some exciting developments coming your way on that. Terry, you got any church announcements, bro?
Nah, man, just look out for the stuff that's coming out, bro.
Yeah,
we finally got our in-person pod going down.
Right?
We back, baby, we back!
Happy Pride.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.